As I told the team, all the teams that are playing are talented, used to winning, and it's going to be 40 minutes each and every night out that you have this opportunity. And I thought tonight's game was exactly that. Neither team wanted to give anything an inch. A 3-point lead, 4-point lead, just, boy, evaporated in a hurry. And I thought Northern Colorado kept coming back. The biggest thing I thought tonight is defensively. I thought we executed our game plan really well. And we were trying to do some different things that we left people open, and that was the chances we were going to take. And Northern Colorado's credit, they knocked down a bunch of threes to make this thing close. And so then in the last 4 minutes, we had to make another change where we started just switching everything and taking our chances, because at a 5-point lead, I knew that we just could not give up any more threes. And so I thought the execution was really good, specifically in the last minute, where we switched everything, got a hand up, made it difficult, and then we were able to get the rebound and finish the game at the free throw line. I thought Slajana had by far her best game. She's been playing extremely well. It shows you what happens when you can get in practice in January and February and start getting confidence back. I thought Slajana gave us a tremendous amount of energy, not only offensively, rebounding-wise. You take a look at her numbers, 4 rebounds, 12 points, played extremely competitive all night, but I thought that was the energy. And then Bailey Cotton. Bailey's somebody who has stated she does not want this team to end. And she knows as long as we can find another win, this team gets to spend time together again. And I thought Bailey gave us a good start. She played composed, and her rebounding was really special. And you take a look at it, she played 38 minutes tonight, but I felt like we could not get her off the floor. And for her to get 16 and 16, her double-double total now passes Fallon Lewis, an assistant coach for us. And so everyone knows the type of player Fallon was, and so that's quite an honor for Bailey to be able to get that done.
Joe, you weren't going to let Savannah Smith beat you, and to hold her to the percentages you did. I mean, what did you guys do particularly well in order to get her so frustrated and not have the game she used to have?
Smith is a tremendous player. Averaged just 24 points a game. What we went in knowing that we were going to double her every time she came off an on ball, every time she got a handoff. And we did that and just try to make it as difficult as possible. But by doing that, you're going to leave other players open. And we tried to rotate, and we were late getting there to some rotations. And to Northern Colorado's credit, they made a lot of big threes that kept them in the game and brought them back from a 10-point deficit in a hurry. And that was then the change we knew in the last 4 minutes, that it was no longer about doubling anybody and leaving somebody open to shoot the ball. We had to make sure we did the best we could just to get a hand up. But I thought that was the game plan going in. And like I said, for us at times it worked, at times it did not work, and that's to Northern Colorado's credit.
You guys were, only 2 for 10 from 3, but you 34 points in the paint. I think I counted 16 layups. I mean, was that just how the game kind of unfolded, or was that something you felt like you were going to be able to do against?
The game unfolded that way, in the fact that they were really trying to take away our 3-point shooters, but more importantly, they went small, and they played basically 4 perimeter players. And so then in the second half, we ended up changing offenses, got away from the motion offense a bit, went more with our inside game, and started talking about trying to get the ball inside, trying to take people off the dribble and do more things inside, because they did a great job of taking away our shooters. I believe the only 2 threes we got was Quinn hit one in the first half and Taylor got one in transition. And it was difficult finding shots, but we've played teams before where they press out on you and you have to drive the basket. You got to look inside, and then you got to be strong enough to finish inside. And I think that was something. You look at our numbers, and we shoot 52% from the field. And when I take a look at the game, Marta Gomez really played within herself. I think she got one shot up in the first half, did not try to force anything, just took what was there. And specifically, we went inside to Marta because we knew she had what we call a perimeter player on her, and that was by design for us.
So, a question for you, Coach, is so in round 2 on Sunday, you're going to play either Lamar or South Alabama. You guys haven't seen those teams, so what's your biggest thing that you guys are going to try and improve on to play against those teams?
First and foremost, what's so important right now is to get rest, because the games come very quickly. And with us not knowing our next opponent, we've already done preliminary scout work on both, never knowing who you're going to play. Tomorrow's practice will just be one where you stretch, get up and down the floor for maybe an hour. Then we'll find out our opponent, and then Saturday will be a big preparation day for us. But this time of year, it's about saving legs. And what we need to do is execute a little better in our motion offense, and that'll be discussed. But we'll break this film down, show it to the players, talk about where we can continue to improve. But for the most part, it's about rest.
Joe, what does it mean that, you mentioned 40-minute game? You guys never trailed, but when you would get a little cushion, they would come out. What does it say about the team that they didn't relinquish the lead?
Yeah,
Was able to pull
I tell you what, it's the competitiveness of this team has amazed me all year long. Not surprised me, just amazed me. I knew they're competitive. There's no give to them. We talked to them about moving on from one play to the next, and they've been able to do that. I think as a staff, we figured out early in January where our strengths lie, how we can go about some things, do some things a little differently to bring out the strengths in these players. But there's no panic. And even as something as simple when we're up, I think 6, Northern Colorado scores to cut it to 4, and we turn over the inbounds pass. And, and I'm sitting there thinking that's a big turnover just to not get the ball in and have an opportunity. But, I've learned enough just to encourage them. All the players, we talked about moving on, and they sure did. And I thought the 10-point lead when we were up 53-43 evaporated to 53-50. It looked like in about 40 seconds. And I knew there was a long time to play, and we stayed aggressive. But the composure this team has had, and we talked about winning 5-minute segments. We've talked about that all season long. And on the bench in that last media timeout, Bailey Cotton just goes, we win this 5 minutes, we advance. And I think that's the senior leadership that we've had all season long. And as I said, Bailey just wants to keep playing with this team and knows she needs to win.